What's up? This is Jake and Kristen with Hike 734, and today we're climbing Neverlaughs Mountain and Mount Ellsworth in the Two Medicine area of Glacier National Park. So we started out over by the foot of Two Medicine Lake and worked our way up the South Shore Trail for a while, broke off into the old Buttercup Park Trail, and then broke off from that and climbed up over to Neverlaughs, worked our way all the way up the ridge to Ellsworth, and then came out over here on the Scenic Point Trail. And yeah, we just started out early in the morning and we met a gal who was coming back down the trail, and as she said, I saw a moose, so would you come with me? And so we went down, and she was off the Paradise Point Trail, so we saw this big bull moose. So it was a great way to start the morning. But yeah, just beautiful still lake, and just worked our way through on a nice cool fall morning through the trees and just through the nice marshy areas, and finally came to the old Buttercup Park Trail, which I'd never been on before. It hasn't been maintained for many years, and so when you look at it, it's super subtle, and just before you cross the Paradise Creek Bridge, and then it's a lot of like, oh hey, I'm on it for a while, and then it's kind of bushwhacky, and we were on that for a little bit over, like somewhere about 3/4 of a mile or so. And then we just saw a nice little clearing, and we knew that there was a good game trail up above us. So we went ahead and just plowed up and went up through that all the way up to the game trail, and just started working our way along the game trail. And that climbed real nice. And one thing that's been really helpful for us was Blake Passmore's Climb Glacier National Park book, his volume 2, I believe it is, for Two Medicine. That gave us some really good beta for this route, and that was super fun to just go ahead and work our way up to the chute that is just, I believe, north of the actual summit. And so after a lot of working our way up there, we went ahead and summited, and just amazing views. Once again, it's a cool summit. This summit's actually fairly low. It's just a little over 7,000 feet. So it's definitely one of the lower ones in the park, and it's kind of tucked away. But man, just all the way around, just looking at like Ellsworth and Henry and, Ellsworth, and over across the way to Apostokey, and then just, yeah, Rockwell, and just great. It's beautiful. We were up there for a little while, had some lunch, continued on to the big towering Ellsworth, and so we dropped down off the mountain and then started climbing our way up there, and just poked and making our way. And it's just cool to see it change from like big plates to softer rock, and you just see all these different just all throughout the day we saw different types of rock, but lots of red rock, which is our fave. But anyways, from there we finally worked our way around to the little summit of that guy, it's fairly small, but boy, it's big on views. And so we signed the summit register up there, and then continued on, dropping down towards the east and working our way along that. And that was lots of up and down, as these ridge walks tend to be, but super fun. And worked our way down until we came to the long, slow grind all the way up to this point. I got cute and decided before we got to the top to go ahead and try and just swing around that point, but I was misreading the map, and so we did a little adventure. When I upload the GPX file, I will go ahead and correct my errors, but you should just go straight up and over that, and then follow the ridge line over to the point that is right between Mount Henry and Apostokey. So once we were on there, just beautiful views looking down into the Apostokey drainage, and so pretty. And so then we dropped down from that to get to the saddle with Apostokey, and from there we just picked our way down that, a little bit more well-traveled, so it was nice to be on something a little bit more established. But finally got down to that saddle, and then took a turn down into the Apostokey drainage. Lots of grass. This is definitely a bighorn sheep favorite, and it didn't take us super long to go ahead and find some bighorn sheep down by the very, very headwaters of Apostokey Creek, which we went ahead and filled up our water bottles in the lovely cascades. And so we first saw about 18 or so, and then we went a little further and we saw the rams with their big curls, and they were so amazing. Turns out there was about half a dozen of those as well. So super fun sheep day. And yeah, we just continued on working our way down the drainage. And one of the really cool things about this, and it's a little bit tricky if you're not familiar with it, is having to kind of navigate some of the head walls, which have great waterfalls. So we just picked our way through those and just kept turning back, and just the mossy waterfalls, just, you know, spidering out cascades. It was just super pretty. And everyone was just such a delight. As we were getting super tired, it was so energizing just to see those. But yeah, we just followed the creek fairly closely down the rest of the way. We actually probably went down a little bit too far, so we had to kind of work our way back up to hop back up onto the Scenic Point Trail, which we're on now. And it's nice to be on a trail proper, so we can go ahead and cruise our way out. But man, just big day, just lots of really cool views. Two Medicine is just so gorgeous. Lots of that beautiful red rock. And yeah, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this is Jake and Kristen with Hike 734, climbing Never Laughs Mountain and Mount Ellsworth in the Two Medicine area of Glacier National Park. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and head on over to hike734.com for more goodness.